recording the, I'm going to record the meetings in order to share this meeting with some students, okay? Okay, let me share with you a Word document. Then I'm going to use this Word document as a board, a whiteboard, and then I will go over all the activities that you were supposed to have in your Then I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you this screen. Okay. Everybody can see it, yes?
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing that I'm going to explain you is how to do a measurement using a ruler. So I will suppose that this is the pencil, okay? This is the pencil that you were trying to measure. Then you put your ruler here, and you know that the ruler is divided into centimeters. 1 centimeter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. Well, as you can see, your pencil is, is here. Then you are sure that the measurement is 10 centimeters, yeah? That is what I call certain. That the length of your pencil is 10 centimeters. But between 10 and 11 centimeters, you have how many lines? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines, yeah? And every line represents how much? 0.1 centimeter. Is okay? Then if you come here, suppose that you are certain about 10.3 centimeters. That's what we call certain. But in every measurement, in chemistry, in physics, and in all the sciences, you're supposed to report an extra digit. This is what we call estimated. When the line of your measurement is, for example, between two lines that corresponds, for example, to 10.3 and 10.4, then you say that your estimated digit is 5. Then you say that the length of the pencil is 10.35 centimeters, and this digit is estimated. Okay? Everybody understood?
Okay, so I got a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you're saying it's an estimate, that means that it's basically dependent upon the pencil length, correct?
It depends on the observer. It depends on you. Maybe, for example, Jenny will say that it will be 10.33. You will say 10.35. Jasmine can say 10.36, I don't know. Depends on the person that is doing the measurement. That's why we say that this is estimated. Got it?
Okay, I got it.
Then there is not a line to tell you exactly how much it is. It depends on your observation, on your estimation. But every time you are doing a measurement with a ruler in centimeters, you have to say, to report, sorry, for example, 10 and 2 digits. The last one will be always estimated. Got it?
Got it.
And if you're using a ruler in inches, what happens? Suppose that from here to here is 1 inch. You know that there is a line in between. This is, then if you're going to report this, this will be a half. But if it is here or here, then this line represents how much? A fourth. And if it is a line in between, then it will represent an eighth. And still, you can have also 1/16. Got it? Then if you're doing a measurement using the scale in inches, you're supposed to say, for example, 5.5, or 5.25, or 5.125, or something like that. You can represent this into decimals. For example, 5.5. So also you can represent, if it is 1.25 and 1/4, then it will be 525 inches. Okay? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
Now, if you divide the same number, you have done your measurement using centimeter, and then you divide this by your measurement in inches, the ratio is when you divide centimeters by inches, and it will give you always a number very close to 2.54, because 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. Got it, Caesar?
Yep.
Caesar, you're the one that we're asking for a meeting at night. Okay. Then this is a meeting. You don't need the one at night, yeah?
No.
Okay. Well, until here, any question? Any question until here?
Can you actually give us a rubric or a better example of how you want your APA format essay to be submitted? I had actually emailed you my APA format, and it supposedly you mentioned that it was incorrect written. So is there like a rubric that you have or an example or
Yes.
so?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna ask that as well, like later on.
Yeah. But yes, I will. But I'm going to leave it to the end. Okay. Let me go over the measurements. You know why? Because it is a little complicated for you. Maybe it's completely new. And I want to give you all the explanation, if you have time, of course. I have plenty of time to be with you here in order that you can understand how to do a measurement and how can you report calculation in chemistry. If you need to go, it's okay. But I will be here all the time you need. All right? It's okay for you?
Yes, but Professor, I think the situation is that if you were to give us information about these measurements or give us more information about the assignment before, it would help us a lot. And since you are giving us this information after you had already graded it, the grades really do impact our GPA. So I
No,
think
no, no, it won't. It won't. You know why? Because I I put a rule that I'm going to skip the lower grade. Then you are on time. If you're not fine in this first uh, quiz, you're going to be better in the following one, and then I will skip this one. It won't count in your final grade. Got it? And it will work. It will work the same thing for the homework, for the worksheet, for everything except the exam.
But
think
the other situation is that it's not enough time to get the work done. For this week, you had only open week 2 the same day that things were due on the same day, which was Tuesday. And it didn't give us enough time to actually work on your essay and the assignments and the lab quiz as well.
What I recommend you is to begin working on the lab assignments from Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, in order that you can finish them by Tuesday. You're going to have 2, sometimes 3. The quiz, as you could see, is very simple. Then what is more difficult is to watch the video and write the report. Then if you begin by Sunday, maybe you will have enough time. Since it is open, you can begin when you want or when you have time, because I know that you are busy. But in order that you have time to do the homework, for example, this week you have only 2 assignments. Next week you're going to have a quiz that is very simple. It's just a calculation, and you will have a lab report. The lab report takes some time. Then you can make it on Sunday, maybe on Monday. And then you need more time because you will have 2 homework in Engage. Then this week, you're supposed to begin earlier. Got it. I try to plan all the activities in such a way that you begin the week on Saturday. Since the last activity, the due day for the last activity is on Thursday, you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the lab assignments. And then you can take Wednesday and Thursday for the homework. This is the best way for you. Do you understand me? Or do you have any suggestion?
Oh, I understand.
Okay, okay. Then what I'm going to do right now is to go over the way you are supposed to do the calculation, and it will work for all chemistry. Then pay close attention to the number of significant figures. Maybe you're asking, well, if I use a calculator and the calculator give me a number, this is the one I have to report. No, you have to follow the significant figures rules. In multiplication, let me go over multiplication. For example, if you are going to multiply 3.2 times 0.01, you have to observe that this number has two significant figures, yeah? And this number has how many significant figures this number has?
One.
No, okay, you're right. Only one significant figure. Why? Because the zeros to the left are not considered significant. Got it? Then if you multiply this number, it will give you 32 and 1, 2, 3 decimals, then it will be 0.0032. But is this your answer? Is this your answer? Who can tell me? In multiplication, how many significant figures you are supposed to report?
The lowest number.
The lower number with the number with less
With the less
significant figures in order to be
So it'll be two
correct.
significant figures.
Then in this case, you have to report only one. Then you have to skip this. As this number is lower than 5, you report only 0.03. Got it?
Got it.
And the same thing with division. But addition and subtraction is different. Look at this. If you're adding 3.2, 0.05, what you do in this case? You make a line by the number with least decimal. And you will report until here. Then your answer will be 3.25, yeah? But you have to skip this one. Oh, but it is 5. You have to round up. Then your answer will be 3.3.
3.3.
Got it?
Got it.
Nancy, Jenny, do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
Jasmine?
Yes, got it.
Okay, okay. You stop me at any time and tell me, Professor, I don't understand. Or got it? Then the same thing for subtraction. The best way is to do this way, such that you can make a line and it will be very easy. No problem with addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. No problem?
No.
No.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, for example, my weight is 183 pounds. That's my weight. If I want to express this in kilogram, what I have to do? I have to divide by 2.2. Got it? Then if I divide 183, sorry, let me do this, 183 by 2.2, or any factor that you, I use always this, but in the literature, you can find 1.1 and something else, all right? Anyway, the factor that you use is not important. What is important is the number of significant figures in the number that you are going to convert. In this case, how many significant figures? 3, yeah? Then how many significant figures you are supposed to report? According with the calculator, it is 83.18, and you repeat the 18 several times, all right? So, is this the answer? What do you think? Is this the answer? Yes or no? How many significant figures am I supposed to report? Since I have here 3, I have to report here 3. So this number is higher than 5. Then you have to round up, and your answer will be 83.2 kilograms. Questions? No questions?
No.
I actually have one. So when we're doing the conversions
Yes.
from like weight and all of that, that us like we had to keep in mind the significant figures throughout the whole paper, correct? Not just the bottom, the last 2 questions.
The one you have to keep in mind is the number of significant figures from the number you start. Got it?
Okay.
For example, my height is 5 feet 8 inches. I cannot work with 2 units. Then I will convert this into inches. It will be 68 for sure, yeah? 68 inches. In order to convert this into centimeter, you have to multiply by 2.54. That is the conversion factor. Then, if you multiply 68 inches by 2.54, it will be 172.72 centimeters. The unit is very important. Don't forget to write the unit. Well, is this the answer? No. Since I began from 2 significant figures, I have to report 2 significant figures. So I have to skip this number. Since this number is lower than 5, I put a 0 in this place. And then I will report 170 centimeters that has only 2 significant figures. And it coincides with the 2 significant figures from the number I began. Got it? It's the same thing with the temperature. With the temperature, for example, many of you told me, oh, the temperature is 41 Fahrenheit. Well, in order to convert Fahrenheit into centigrades, what you are supposed to do? Well, you say 41 minus 32 divided by 1.8, it is 5 Celsius. Is this correct? Since you have here 2 significant figures, you have to report here also 2 significant figures. Then the answer will be 5.0. And then this number has also 2 significant figures. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Jasmine,
Yes.
Yes.
Jenny?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then let me go let me continue. Let me try to add here, insert a blank page. Okay. Okay, you asked me about the APA style, yeah?
Yes.
APA style. Oh my God. Well, I recommend you when you're going to have another project at the end. Is for the lecture. I will give you this activity almost 2 or 3 weeks before the final exam, okay? In such a way that you have time to write a very good project. And this project will be 50 points. Then it can lower or make or improve your grade a lot. So what I recommend you is when you go to Word, you try to find in Word a template that says, this template says APA. And then all what you have to do is to fill the spaces with the information of your report. And then you are not going to have any kind of problem because it explains you what to do in every step. Have you opened this template?
I have.
You have?
I have. Yes.
Uh, I can tell you, for example, that you must have only one page for the presentation. Here you write the title, your name, the school, in this case, Lone Star College, and my name. Okay, this is only one page for presentation. The second page will be only for the abstract. Okay, everybody knows, all of you knows what an abstract is, yes? In the abstract, you're going to write the main ideas that you have developed in your research, okay? And also you can write 3 words that are keywords in your research. The following pages will contain the work, your research. Then you can begin working, no introduction, no nothing. Just you begin typing. And every time you use an idea from somebody, you have to put into parentheses the last name of the person, comma, and the year of the publication. This will be in references, all right? In references, then you write all the information. But here, in the body of the work, you will put into parentheses the last name and the year of the author of this work. Got it? And at the end, you type the references in one page. apart from the body of the work. You don't have to write a conclusion. No conclusions. Maybe you can write a paragraph where you say, well, in this work, we have observed this and this and these things that are very important for this thing. Maybe you are not obliged to do that, but you don't have to write conclusion. You cannot use in the body of the work graph or tables. You're supposed to put them at the end or after the references, if you have anyone. And then in the body of the work, you put an observation where the information that you are talking about is from. Got it? I think that most of you were fine in the lab research. I was not so strict during the lab research. So most of you have 10, at least you have lost 1 point, 9 or something like that. Any one of you have any other question about the APA style work?
Actually, APA, it has a title page which has all the basic information on it that
Yeah.
you went over, and then in the actual format in other classes, they all teach you that it has an abstract, and then it goes down into the actual
essay.
Yeah.
He actually has a point. Every other professors that we had, even English professors, they had all mentioned that they have an abstract paragraph, and the paragraph is about like a short statement of what your essay is going to be about.
Yes.
And then further on, it goes on to your actual essay.
And then
so your actual like what your essay is going to be about. But this is actually not really much helping for us, especially because, as you said, some of us may have not worked in APA formats essay. So for students that don't really know APA format, this template doesn't really help. So that's what I was asking. If you have a rubric and another example of another student's APA format, the way we can actually go to your, so we can get fair graded and make it to your liking.
You can go into the template and you will be fine. You will be fine if you use the template. But right now, I can find I will ask permission to one of your classmates that have done a very great job, and I will ask if she will allow me to publish her work, and so you can see what I am talking about. It's fine. It's okay for you? Or do you want something else?
No, it's fine.
All right. But if you use the word template, it will be useful for you. Believe me. All right. Let me go into the lab report. Let me add another word page, and let me go into the lab report. Okay. All right. The lab report will be always watching a video, because as we are online, this is a virtual lab. So I will send you a video every week. Well, not every week. Sometimes you are not going to have a lab report. You're going to have only a worksheet. But always you're going to have a quiz. The work report will have title. Okay, okay, title. The title is the same title that you can see in the video, okay? Later, the purpose. What is exactly the purpose? Is the main goals in this lab. For example, next week, you are going to do density measurements. I don't remember exactly if the measurement is about aluminum, for example. Well, I'm going to suppose that I'm going to think that it is about the density of aluminum. Then the purpose will be determine the density of aluminum. During this week, the purpose was a little more difficult, but in one sentence you can say, learn how to do measurements of length, weight, volume, and temperature. This is the purpose, the main goal of your lab. After that, you make an introduction. For example, next week, introduction must be about density. What is density? How can you calculate density? And what are the factors that will affect the measurement? For example, in density, it's very important the temperature. So you have to say, the density depends on the temperature we are doing the measurement. Sorry about the use of the same word 2 times. Because if you measure the density at 25 Celsius degree, that is the temperature you're supposed to do all the measurements, it will coincide with the one that you have in the literature. If not, if you are doing the measurement at 40 Celsius degree, then the density will be different. Got it? Then the introduction will be 1 or 2 paragraphs about what you are talking, what are you going to do during your lab. And remember that you have to use the references and report them at the end as you have done in APA style. Got it? Later, the procedure. Well, what I recommend you, procedure, is to write direct commands. For example, weight the metal cylinder. For example, weight the metal cylinder using a scale. Number 2, introduce in a graduated cylinder with 25 milliliters of water. Okay, as you can see, are commands. Very simple, very straight to the point of the activity that you're going to do. And later, you can write your data. The data report, for example, during this week was length of the pencil, sorry, length of the pencil. Then you say 30.20 centimeters, for example. This is the length of the pencil. Then you can make a table with these results. Or in the case of the following week, that is the density, you can say density is mass over volume. You do the calculation and you say, oh, the density is 2.0 grams per milliliter or per cube centimeter. And then you can make a discussion of the result. What is the discussion? Well, in the discussion, you will say, for example, oh, the professor did the measurement at 27 Celsius degree, and the temperature and the data is reported at 25. Then that's why my result or the result in the experiment was 2.1, while in the literature is reported 2.0. That's an observation that you can make. And the conclusion has to be with the purpose. If the purpose says, determine the density of aluminum, then the answer will be, the conclusion will be, the density of aluminum is 2.0 grams per milliliter. Got it? And at the end, the references, as I told you, using the same style as in APA. Any questions? Something that you want to ask me?
Actually, I do have one question.
Yes, please.
After we've gone over all of the information that we're covering in the Zoom call, is there any way that we will be able to go back and redo some of the assignments that we messed up on now that we have a clear understanding of how to do the assignments correctly? Because I feel like the majority I'm speaking.
Well,
I think I have to speak for the majority of the class when I say this. That
okay, in the case of the lab report, you can. In the case of the worksheet, no, because I already explained several students the results, but don't worry about that, because as I explained you before, this grade, the lower grade, will be skipped. Then I'm not going to take into account if you got a very bad grade in the first worksheet, I'm not going to take into account into this grade into the final result. Got it?
Okay, but Professor, what his question was, is if now that you gave us a more clear understanding about how you want us to show our reports and our assignments, he wants to know if we can go back and make up for it and receive at least partial credit. Because before there was no understanding how you wanted us to submit your work.
Yeah, you can make it the lab report, yes. The lab report, because the quiz was almost everybody got the 9 points, but the lab report, well, the lab report, actually, you were fine in the lab report. Let me see, for example, Jenny, let me see your grade in the lab report. You are in the other group. Sorry, I have 2 groups. That's why okay. You were fine in the report, Jenny. Let me see another one. Jasmine Reyes. Oh, I didn't get your lab report, Jenny. Sorry, Jasmine.
I turned it into you, but you said for me to send it back, and I sent it back, but I never got another grade.
Okay, send me back, okay?
Okay.
Like see, in your case, Caesar. Your lab report was not good. You can send me back your report, okay, Caesar?
Yeah.
And let me see the other one, Jasmine. Nancy Rodriguez. Nancy, I don't have your activities, Nancy.
My activity or my lab report? I only submitted the first lab report, and the second lab report I haven't submitted because I wasn't sure in how you wanted the APA essay to be. There was
No,
no
no,
reference or rubric.
the second one is not in APA. Only the when I ask you for APA, is only in the lab, um, in the
In
lab
the first
paper,
lab?
and in the final lab lecture research. Only in these two. In the lab is the way I show you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Nancy, you can send me your activities. I'm going to be waiting for them because I don't have even your quiz.
I submitted my quiz. I haven't submitted my activity.
Okay, submit everything again. I will grade you. Okay.
Okay.
Any other thing, something that you want me to clarify or do in a different way? Is okay, everything? No more questions? Well, in order to finish this meeting, I want to tell you that you can ask me for a meeting at any time. I will be here for you. I only work from 7 to 9 p.m. This is the only time that I'm not free, but I am free the rest of the time. And I can, if you are going to do an activity and you are not clear enough, you can ask me for a meeting. I am sending you videos as if they were the meetings because it's very difficult to get all the people at the same time. But if they are not clear enough, I can do this at any time. Got it?
Yes, understood.
Got it.
Okay, everything fine? I don't want you to be angry with me. I don't want to make hard. I want you to be the best. I want you to have the best grades. Believe me. Okay,
Okay, thank
bye
you,
then.
Professor. That'll be all. Bye.
Bye, bye. See you soon.